EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Mayfield on first down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A 28-yard gain.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Mayfield looks to throw. Going deep here for Landry. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. 20! And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
A gain of 34 yards.
Oh, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
I know there'd be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. But you might remember Nick Chubb. He had a heck of a game last year in Week 4 in what turned out to be a 40-25 Browns win over these Ravens. He finished with 165 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Of course, never fear for the Ravens, though. After that loss, they went on a run. They would win their next 12 in a row to finish the regular season at 14-2. For Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
A 30-yard attempt.
And Parkey's kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points. On the board
at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
That's good.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receiver took advantage.
And he'll go right back to Andrews. That catch good for only a couple. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season. The future, bright. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave him a pretty good pop, too, and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
gun. Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
A gain of 12.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. First down, they'll run with Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
To Nick Chubb.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
With the score.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it here with Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ball carrier.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. The shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. DeAnthony Thomas will return it for Baltimore. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will take over at their own 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The 39-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now Jackson on 1st down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
36-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Complete to number 13.
Odell Beckham, 91 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
1st and 10.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now this throw caught left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability that Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, open man is Duvernay. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up second.
Good catch there by Mark Andrews, who was Lamar Jackson's favorite target last year. They came in the same draft class and quickly got in sync with each other. Andrews led the team in receptions with 64 last year for 852 yards en route to his first Pro Bowl.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change your name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, I know I sat down with my accountant.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Mike 29. Down to lose one.
Jackson. That's complete right around the 8. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Ingram, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, as the first half is winding down, and the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
Justin Tucker.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Baltimore, first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Jackson now off the bootleg. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Jackson.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And 3.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
A 29-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
A run for Nick Chubb. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Right call and no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. Get changed, name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting up the back. In fact, I sat down with my accountant, he said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of
well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw, Mayfield. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
For Odell Beckham.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Gain of 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
3rd down.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well, think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
No gain on
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes takes it all the way down to the 31. A big-time third down play for the Ravens. 49 yards. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now a carry for Dobbins. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns 17.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll go again with Dobbins. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It was Matt Judon that time who worked his way in to blow that play up. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run it again with Chubb. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Thomas. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. 5. Throwing now is Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down. On first down, Dobbins. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Again, the ball carrier.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
3.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Jackson to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
At the 36.
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Trying to get it to Landry there, and it's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Here's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock.
And it's 3rd down.
So here's the former Pro Bowler, Cody Parkey, in field goal formation. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here's the former Pro Bowler, Cody Parkey, in field goal formation. The clock showing just one tick. This for the win. And it's good. And on opening weekend, a field goal to win it as time expires. And the Browns are going to win the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Browns, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.